oldest language on the face of this very earth. Chico Vicabia Mapuni, Chineke, and son of the winner of Sala, Mina, Gozaha, Nana Jama, and Yana Farosi, Okonane, all the other then saw no one and when I raise it because Tahara and you went out young. Be connected and make a difference with your source and you went out but you know what? I would like you to believe that someone is the cause of this. No. I am the solution, and the only way they can get to you is by kicking me out, which is not. I have come. Look what you do. After I am done with Nigeria, Biafra will be free and enjoy freedom. Biafra will know the importance of freedom and what I'm doing in 5 years to come. Thank you. The very oldest language on the face of this very earth. Chico Vicabia Mapuni, Chineke, and son of the winner of Sala, Mina, Gozaha, Nana Jama, and Yana Farosi, Okonane, all the other then saw no one in and you went out of his Tahara and you went out young. Be connected and make a difference with your source and you went out of ịhụnanya nke pụrụ iche onye iwe etinye ụmụ ya ezi mmụọ nke eziokwu anyị aka ajọ ihe ndụ anyị gọga m dịpụta gọzi aha nsọ isi ala bulie aha nsọ n'elu ise ise ise. But you know what? I would like you to believe that someone is the cause of this. No. I am the solution, and the only way they can get to you is by kicking me out, which is not possible. I have come. Look with you. After I am done with Nigeria, Biafra will be free and enjoy freedom. Biafra will know the importance of freedom and what happens in 5 years to come. Thank you. So you keep on supporting evil in the zoo, the more your land will be taken from you. The more your daughters will be raped and abducted, the more your sons will be slaughtered in cold blood. And under one Nigeria, there is nothing you can do about it. Absolutely nothing. Because one idiot that they groomed will rise up and say to you, oh no, it's one Nigeria, there is crime everywhere. Haven't you heard about Zamfara? Haven't you heard about Katsina? There is crime everywhere. That is not the case. The crimes you have in the north, the insecurity you have in the north is as a direct consequence of their own actions. They grouped them. Al-Qaeda in the Nigeria, ISIS in West Africa, Boko Haram, Fulani headsmen, bandits, all of them. Who brought them to Nigeria? It's Fulani. Fulani brought them into Nigeria. Everybody brought them in. All the government brought them in. Are you people deaf and dumb and stupid? When you come out and you pretend, oh, we are one Nigeria, go and show somebody was asking where is the boundary, where would the boundary of Biafra begin? And I asked the fool, where did the boundary of Nigeria begin? People from Niger come in and go as they like. Most of these idiots are from Niger. They are building a pipeline to Niger. They are building a railway line to Niger. They are building roads to Niger. Whereas where the money comes from, which is Biafra land, we don't have those infrastructure. No, we don't. But you're taking our money, you come to Ohaji, you come to everybody, you come to Agulere, you come to Ebo, you take our resources, sell it, get the money, and now you're building the way to Nigeria, and you want me to be happy with you. Clap for your Nigeria, one Nigeria. I think you maybe now you are insane. You come to my land, you take our oil, you take our gas, you take our manpower, you take everything, our VAT, our tax, everything. You are now building a road from Katsina to Niger. Airport to Niger. Refinery to Niger. You take oil from my land, you take it to Niger, you refine it, you bring it back to me as a refined petroleum. And you're telling me that country is viable. You're telling me that Nigeria should be supported. You are in one Nigeria. You are not going anywhere and you're dying every day. Because those that they appointed to speak for you, they gave them money so that they will come out, pages of the newspaper to give the world the giving impression that everything is okay. When things go and see the contradictions in it. Nigeria is not working. We are marginalized. And then you come back to say Nigeria is one. People stay in it together. Are you not foolish? These are the useless intellectuals that you have. On one hand, you say Nigeria is not working. You are marginalized. You are being discriminated against. You are suffering. They are killing you everywhere. And you come back to the same place and say Nigeria must be one. Had Nigerians gotten together to say they want to be part of this useless contraption, that's entirely their business. I mean, Democrats have subscribed to it. But have you asked yourself this question? Why is it that all those asking you to remain in one Nigeria has something to gain from Nigeria, or they have benefited in the past? Nothing more, nothing less. I saw the letter that Herbert wrote to President Biden. In it, Herbert said, come and help us fight terrorism in order to ensure that there will be no regional destabilization. That is their game plan as we come to step in. They keep plotting out these lies. Once Nigeria breaks up, there will be destabilization in the entire region. I said that because you don't understand African history. Most of these people are not. When I say it, they say I'm insulting them. No, I'm not insulting them. Most of them think this. In Africa, we are tribal creatures in Africa. In Africa, we are tribal creatures in Africa. We always go back to our village where we are born, where our umbilical cord, our long, where it was buried. That's where we come from. That is why every Christmas, Easter, New Year festival, or August meeting, you see us migrating back to where we come from. And I keep saying these things to Africans, they don't understand it. They don't understand it. Everywhere in Africa, during Christmas, if you like, be in South Africa, if you like, let it be in Kenya, let it be in Rwanda, everybody from the capital goes to the village. If you go to Accra, the capital. This past Christmas, if you like, go to Cotonou. From the book of Psalm, chapter 7. And I will pray in English because a lot of people are listening all over the world. I mean, a lot. Millions are listening all over the world. And I want them to follow our proceedings this very evening. Very, very critical, very, very important that we do so. O Lord, my God, the creator of the heavens and the earth,
We take refuge in you. Save and deliver us from all that pursue us. Because if you look away from us, they will tear us apart like a lion and rip us to pieces with no one to rescue us. Because the world is against Biafra for no reason. We are hated, we are despised for no discernible reason. Only thee, O Lord God Almighty in heaven, is our Savior, not man. You must come to our rescue, because you are our Lord and you are our God. If we have done this, if I have done anything, if there is guilt on my hands, if I have repaid anybody, be it friend or an adversary, with evil or without cause, have done wrong to any man or woman, then let the Fulani Janjaweed pursue and overtake me. Let them trample down my life to the ground and make me sleep in the dust. Arise, O Elohim, Adonai El Shaddai, in your anger, rise up against the rage of the Fulani Janjaweed Caliphate and the Zoological Republic. You will rise and you will fight for your children. You will awake, O Heavenly Father, Lord God Almighty, the creator of the heavens and the earth, the owner of the universe, for you must decree justice. Let your children and all men and of goodwill gather around you while you sit on top of your throne in the highest of the heavens, the habitation that only thee can ever occupy. Only you, O Heavenly Father, will judge the people. You will vindicate me, O Lord. You will vindicate IPOB. You will vindicate your children of Biafra according to our righteousness, according to our integrity. O Most High, bring an end to the violence of the wicked. Bring an end to Fulani Janjaweed violence in our land. Bring an end to their abductions. Bring an end to their kidnappings. Bring an end to their extrajudicial slaughter of the innocent. Bring an end to their forced conversion of Christians into Islam. Bring to an end their mediocrity. Bring to an end their senseless feudal rule. Bring to an end their evil and their deception. Come and secure the righteous, because only you, O God Almighty in heaven, can see in the dark. Only you know the hearts of men. You are our shield. We have nobody. Between 67 and 1970, the whole world ganged up and fought against your children. We did not steal anything from anybody. We did not go after anybody's possession nor inheritance. We were on our own in the land that you gave to our ancestors. They conspired, they connived, they colluded to kill us. Over 5 million people. We are dead at the end of it. You are our shield. We do not trust in any man or in any state. We trust only in thee, because you are God and you always save the upright at heart. Anybody whose heart is clean, O Heavenly Father, to those you do not abandon to their enemies. That is why you cannot abandon IPOB. That is why Biafra can never be abandoned. Because your words are yea and amen. You are God, you're not human. Facebook may have been bought over by Nigeria, and we pray that Twitter will not succumb to their threats and their violence. You are God, and you are not upright and a just judge. But you are also a God that displays his wrath every blessed day. If Fulani Janjaweed do not relent in what they are doing, if the Fulani Caliphate continues to pursue this scorched earth policy of abductions and murder and mayhem, then you, O Lord God in heaven, you will sharpen your sword, you will bend and string your bow, you will prepare your deadly weapons, you will make ready your flaming arrows. Whoever is pregnant with evil conceives trouble and gives birth to disillusionment. That is what is happening in the zoo called Nigeria. Nigeria is pregnant with evil because it conceived trouble and it has now given birth to disillusionment. All the holes that the Fulani Janjaweed are digging for us into that pit, they are falling into one after the other. The trouble that they have caused will always rebound on them. Their violence will come down on their own heads. O Heavenly Father, for we shall give thee thanks always, all the days of our lives, because only thee is righteous. We shall sing songs of praise unto your holy name, O Most High. For as long as there is a child on this earth of Biafran descent and heritage, O Heavenly Father, we shall worship your name and your name alone, now and forevermore, we pray. He said, that was our prayer this evening. We are now going to proceed without further hesitation to bring to you the gospel which I have been mandated by heaven to preach to the children of men. The killing of innocent protesters. 2016, Mbo massacre. 2017, the invasion of my house. Operation Python Dance 2 or 3 or 4, I don't know. I lost 28 men. My mom, my dad are both dead as a result of Southeast governors, what they did. I'm asking them. So when you want to sit down to talk about insecurity, please start from the beginning. The same people meeting today to try and discuss insecurity were the ones who caused it. They caused it, not us. And we must all now live with the consequences. Those who want to destroy this country have shock coming their way, says President. Now, this is what the presidency, which is the Fulani cabal, what they have put together. Can I also remind the governors and all these idiots in Nigeria writing rubbish every day? You can't kill people's children and expect their brothers not to react. It's stupid. It is called vengeance. There'll be vengeance, of course. So you're wearing army uniform, you're killing people, and you think every army officer will be safe. As long as you're going about killing innocent people, you are putting every army person on uniform at risk. The same goes for the police. All those years, you people were not going about slaughtering people. Was there any reaction? You people are the cause. You people, you come out, NSAS protests, you are there killing people. And you think that their brothers or their cousins will not avenge their death. You're joking. You are dreaming. You can write all your fanciful epistle about one Nigeria, insecurity, all that rubbish. From now till that kingdom come, it will not make any difference to us. No difference whatsoever. If you kill somebody, you're going to die. Be rest assured. Take up a boon or and there are God punish all of you. Mad people everywhere. They said their president have written. But of course, we know it is Garba Shehu and El Rufai and Femi Adesina. who are writing, you stupid animals called Nigerians, a speech of this magnitude should have been made by the president in person if he's alive. But some of you cannot reason. You want 2023 is the turn of my village and all that rubbish. So Yoruba media, you're demonizing Biafrans over the death of Gulag so that Tinubu can be president. And when they deny him presidency now, like Abiola, you ask Nigerians, come, let's go and demonstrate. Parochialism, that's what it's called. Let me ask, I have some questions to ask. They say the President Muhammad Buhari on Tuesday issued a stern warning to those who are bent on destroying the country through promoting insurrection and burning down critical national assets. A rude shock awaits them. What shock awaits me at Yala? Fulani, I'm asking you, from the Caliphate chairman, Sultan of Sokoto, to the last idiot, Alamajri Janjaweed on the street, I want to ask you a simple question. Let me ask, I want to say this thing. I want to ask Nigerians a question. Please. You know, God, black people, in my next life, I can't be a black person now. I have never seen a more stupid set of people. It may be the way Europeans are treating us, our colonial masters are treating us, is what we deserve. I'm telling you the truth. Maybe we deserve it. You people, you claim you are Nigerians, you went to school. Have you ever wondered why this government, they have never ever criticized ISIS? Every day is Boko Haram this, Boko Haram that, every day. Have you ever wondered why they have never? I want you to show me one single publication after the atrocities of these Fulani vagabonds and terrorists, where the government of Nigeria condemned ISIS in West Africa province. Show me one publication. It has never occurred to you people in your infinite stupidity. It has never occurred to you. You have never asked yourself, why is it that these people burning down, destroying Plateau State, Benue State, they are now in Niger State, why can't the government condemn them? Why not? Answer that question. But they are busy talking about agitation. You want to divide. And I want to do something I asked the governors now. I want to ask the Fulani presidency of Nigeria. My dear Fulani Janjaweed, who brought insecurity into Nigeria? A simple question. Which people own the fourth most deadliest terror group in the world? Is it not your so-called headsman Mieti Allah? Fulani, who started the bombing of churches in Nigeria? Is it not you people? You are now turning around with the help of the chameleonic Yoruba media to twist the narrative. The same thing I asked the Southeastern governors. Southeastern governors who brought Operation Python Dance. Before you brought it, did you hear of any violent agitation anywhere? Why people fail to ask these questions, I don't understand. You are in a country you claim is the most populous, the biggest. I'm asking you, why is it that the government do not want to condemn the terrorist activities of ISIS in West Africa? Some of you were there writing. Our general, chief of defense, what's his name again? Atahiru, that idiot. Atahiru, Ibrahim Atahiru. He did very well. He eliminated the Shekau with the help of ISIS. Oh, Nigeria army is now working with ISIS. Now the next question is, what does ISIS stand to gain from Nigerian army? All of you Yoruba journalists, you're there writing junk every blessed day. You cannot reason. You can't reason. Oh, anyway, you're black. How can I expect you to reason in this UG? The same question I asked the governors who are meeting today. Umahi, Ugwani, Obiano, Ibazu, and that time it was Rocha, so Aboga was. Who brought insecurity into the East? Who brought the army to start killing innocent young people? Simple question. The same question goes to Yoruba journalists tonight, those evil people and Fulani Caliphate. Fulani, let me ask you, who brought insecurity? into Nigeria. Fulani, who were the first people to bear arms openly in Nigeria as civilians? Is it not you people claiming you're Fulani cattle headsmen with AK-47? Please, somebody should go and get me that video I shot at Amansia very, very many years ago. I think it was 2014 or so. Go and get it and show them. You people were the first to carry AK-47. So Fulani can carry AK-47, but not Eastern Security Network. Protecting the people. I want we black people to engage our brain for once. I know we are idiotic, I know we are animalistic in our disposition, but I want us to reason for once in our lives. Reason, stupid black people, reason for once. Who brought insecurity to Nigeria? The same people that brought insecurity into Nigeria are today lecturing us about insecurity. Asorok, what has been happening in North over these years? Is there anybody left in Zamfara, in Yobe, in Borno? You abandoned all these hot spots of Fulani terrorism. You are interested in the East. You see the stern warning. Let me tell you something. Fulani, you underestimate us. You don't know that we went to school. I didn't go to school in the zoo, you know. I went to UNN, I went to Soka. They were talking rubbish every blessed day, and I left the useless place. I went to London to study. You don't know we're educated. You have no bloody idea. Now, let me tell you something, Asorok. That thing you're looking for, you're going to get it. We are going to have another war. Another Nigeria-Biafra war is going to happen. In fact, it started already anyway. But let me tell you something that you don't understand. This war will escalate to the point whereby the world will want to see you. They want you to address the world as to what is happening. That day, that mask you're wearing, I'm talking to Yusuf Abubakar Mohammed from the Nigeria Republic wearing Buhari mask. That mask you're wearing will melt on your face during the meeting. Because now the world will summon you to, you'll be summoned to attend. That your mask will melt on your face. Then the zoo will be in trouble. You don't know there's a method to our madness. I told you. Some of you right now cannot go back to your villages. It's been taken over by bandits. You did not see the video of the young man lamenting in Zamfara. You have not done anything. A government that is working with ISIS, Islamic State, is lecturing us about insecurity in the East. You people should come. Come now. You have killed 8 no more here today. Maybe tomorrow or next, 16 of you will die. It's simple now. You write your rubbish, you call your lament, you send more soldiers, you bring them, and they will die. You bring more, and they will die. God punish all of you. You want to be clever. Like Southeast governors, they want to be clever. Insecurity. Who brought Operation Python dance? I'm asking them. Who fired the first shot? I'm asking them. Who brought the army to start killing people? I'm asking them. Now the people are saying enough is enough. You are talking insecurity everywhere. Insecurity everywhere. INEC said, it doesn't matter. We conduct election. Come and conduct and let us see. In Anambra, November. I'm laughing in Greek. In Anambra election. You think we are going to beg people, oh, stay at home, don't come out. No. There'll be no election in Anambra in November. Instead, heaven will fall. That'll be none. Watch and see. Watch and see. We'll put on video. I ain't about cinema. We'll put on cinema for you. You'll be watching in November. Come and do election and let us see. Maybe Obiano should prepare to stay in office longer, or they should appoint somebody else because there'll be no election in Anambra State. So you can bring another hope into Anambra. People are joking. The same people bombing, killing, raping, and sacking villages are telling me about insecurity. Is it not the same Asorok that said, the same Femi Adesina writing rubbish, telling you, you either give your land for Ruga or your life will go? Are you not the same people? Are you not the same people? They are now trying to tell us about insecurity because people are fighting back. That's all. You bring your army and police as the advance guard. Right now, as I speak, the Fulani hit squad in Abia State is inside Obinze military barracks. Obinze, they are there. That's where they are camped. Every Fulani attacking every village, both in Yoruba land, they quarter them very close to a Fulani controlled military barracks. That's what they do. I want Nigeria, our country, we need unity. That's rubbish. No wonder white people are racist towards black people and no other race. Because they do. I have discovered what they found out a long time ago, that black people are foolish. They can't reason very well. Somebody who told you that if he loses elections, the monkeys and baboons will be soaked in blood is now telling us, allegedly, about insecurity. The idiots that lost elections and they killed youth coppers, 11 of them, Igbo people, is telling me about insecurity. The person that said an attack against Boko Haram is an attack against the North is telling me about insecurity. The people appointed as the spokespeople, chief negotiator for Boko Haram is telling me about insecurity. And you swallow all this nonsense every day. Chineke Meluna Bele and these black people. This work is a burden that Elohim has given to me. It's a burden. And that's why I'm discharging it. I will take one or two of your calls before we bring this program to a close. You know the numbers to call, of course, is on WhatsApp. I'll give you the WhatsApp number to call. Some of you know it already, and some will start calling very shortly. The WhatsApp number to call.
Was too big to fail, too complex to confront, too dangerous to touch. They said the world would look away at crimes by Nigerian politicians, that Christians could be slaughtered quietly, that corruption in Nigeria, rampant corruption, could hide behind sovereignty. Then entered President Trump of the United States. So now, the game has changed. The heat has arrived. Washington is watching. Trump is watching from the Oval Office. The Nigerian permanent establishment is panicking. Trump has cancelled visas for their children and for themselves. That was announced last week. No safe haven for those corrupt ex-Nigerian governors to launder stolen money. Some of them are in the Senate today. No more Instagram posts of ministers celebrating their children's graduations from America's fancy university. See them down on Instagram posing. And suddenly, everyone wants to talk peace. Everyone wants to talk peace. The Nigerian Fulanis want to talk peace. Is this reform or is this capitulation? Is this the end of Sharia, ladies and gentlemen? Or is this simply about buying time? They've been begging Trump to recently. Last week there were meetings. They want peace. Welcome to the Ofion Okwa Show, ladies and gentlemen. Merry Christmas to you all. Look at what I'm wearing, Christmas dress. Even though Christmas is bad in Nigeria. Thank you for being here with me. As always, I took a short break, but I'm back. So let's be honest. We are saying, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. While Christians in Nigeria are being haunted in Nigeria as we speak. Do you know Nigeria's Christmas message? Pray without protection. The president does not offer protection for people to even pray the prayers that are necessary. What are the rumors and pressure? We are now hearing, and this is circulating widely, that Tinubu's government, alongside elements of the Northern Caliphate establishment, including the Sultan of Sokoto, including circles linked to other emirs, has suddenly accepted proposals, allegedly from President Trump's people. Proposal put up by President Trump's people. Why are they suddenly coming down? They want to prevent drastic international intervention, drastic American intervention. They want to cool global outrage over Christian genocide in Nigeria. They want to avoid accountability for decades of state-enabled terror and corruption. Let me be very clear. This is not repentance. This is panic management. So please, Mr. Trump, they are lying. What have we seen? They are making cosmetic moves for you. They are making symbolic gestures. They are making public relations theater. And see, everybody smiling like a good man. Including the sudden elevation of a so-called Christian general, Musa, with many Nigerians here as a cover. It's not changed. Musa works for the caliphate. I have heard, allegedly. Tinubu and the permanent establishment are feeling the heat, ladies and gentlemen. Do you know what they did in Washington, D.C. recently? They went there and they presented 5 concessions that they floated it. So here is what is reportedly being floated to placate Washington and store real action so that those who American troops don't come to them. Number 1, appointment of special envoy for ending Christian genocide. Appointment of special envoy. Number 2, a truth and reconciliation tribunal. Number 3, return and compensation for land seized by Fulani herders in the Middle Belt, and an end to Sharia in the 12 Northern Caliphate states. Number 4, disarmament of armed bandits. Number 5, enforcement of the Global Magnitsky Act. That sounds impressive on the surface, right? It is not. It is not. I'm going to respond point to point to this thing that Tinubu want to come and play tricks against Rubio in DC. This is my response. Number 1, special envoy. That special envoy will not work if resignations are not demanded. Without resignations, it is useless. A special envoy without consequences is a joke. Any credible envoy must demand the immediate resignations at the very top. The resignation of President Bola Tinubu, the resignation of Senate President Godswill Akpabio, the resignation of National Security Advisor Nuhu Ribad, who has been accused of enabling terrorism himself. Why? Because these same people speak polished English. They come here in those big abadas, holding nocturnal meetings with extremist clerics and caliphate power brokers like the Sultan of Sokoto by night. Their strategy is simple. Wait Trump out. They think Trump's time will finish. Delay real change. Run the clock to 2027. Reward yourselves, reward themselves with power while Christians keep dying in Nigeria. If resignation is not on the table, the envoy is a prop. Number 2, Truth and Reconciliation Tribunal, a proven scam. Nigeria has tried this before. After military rule, a tribunal was held. A testimony was heard. Other victims cried, who suffered far more than me. I suffered. I had to be exiled. And then what do you think happened? Zero implementation. Zero justice. Zero accountability. To this day, I have heard nothing from successive Nigerian government. They just threw it into the dustbin. This is a sophisticated delay tactic perfected by a permanent Nigerian political class that survives every regime. They hand over to each other. They keep handing over. Truth without justice is terror. Number 3, returning seized lands. That's an empty promise. Let all the others. Buhari will be able to collect land from those Fulani herders. This government cannot recover 1 inch of territory already seized and administered by armed groups. In places like South.
Thank you so much, my brother Christian. Thank you so much.
I've seen him flashly, but I have no clue whom he is.
Yeah, I just watched the program. After watching it, I just watched it before I came tonight. I said, no, the guy has a lot of points. I don't even know him. I will go and dig in about him later on.
Yeah, because it gives me a great joy that there are people who sees what we sees, who know the things we knew also, and they are willing to speak out. I have no clue. Like I said, I've not listened to him like holistically, but I just see how he's spoon fat 100%. Even in from day 1 to day, it's incredible. Even but it can lead you over that, we have always said it is a slow-moving object or project, but eventually we will get there. British creatively, out of the realm of darkness and spiritual that is, oh my goodness. But glory be to God. Using this President Trump, everything is coming to light. I will just
Wow, your network is just your network has started. We can't hear you properly. We can't hear you. We can't hear you. We can't hear you properly, Bro Christian. We can't hear you. We cannot hear Bro Christian anymore. This guy has just woken up so many things in us. Over here, we say what they don't want to hear. Those words they don't want to hear, that is what we say. We bring it out. Facts. We base on our discussions on facts and evidence. We don't come here to paint what to make you happy. We don't come here to make you clap for us or to make you like us unnecessarily. We say it the way it is. And that is the assignment that I have chosen myself to do. I am doing it for myself, not for anybody, not for any man, any woman, not for anybody. It is for myself to bring out the truth and nothing but the truth, and allow my fellow lovers of freedom, wherever you are, whether you are a Biafran or non-Biafran, no matter whichever group you belong, whoever you are, and you need a place to air your opinion and let your voice be heard, genuinely, not in malice, not in envy, not to bring somebody down, but to say your mind. You're welcome. You're welcome. We want to hear you.
Zero implementation, zero justice, zero accountability. To this day, I have heard nothing from successive Nigerian government. They just threw it into the dustbin. Town of Sokoto by night. Their strategy is simple. Wait Trump out. They think Trump's time will finish. Delay real change. Run the clock to 2027. Reward yourselves, reward themselves with power while Christians keep dying in Nigeria. If resignation is not on the table, the envoy is a prop. Number 2, Truth and Reconciliation Tribunal, a proven scam. Nigeria has tried this before. After military rule, a tribunal was set up. The Justice Okuta panel. I was represented at that panel as a victim by Chief Ganifa Ohimi. My testimony was heard. Other victims cried who suffered far more than me. I suffered. I had to be exiled. And then what do you think happened? Zero implementation, zero justice, zero accountability. To this day, I have heard nothing from successive Nigerian government. They just threw it into the dustbin. This is a sophisticated delay tactic perfected by a permanent Nigerian political class that survives every regime. They hand over to each other, Buhari to Tinubu, they keep handing over. Truth without justice is terror. Number 3, returning seized lands. That's an empty promise. Let all be honest. Buhari will be able to collect land from those herders. This government cannot recover 1 inch of territory already seized and administered by armed groups. ISWAP in places like Southern Kaduna, parts of Niger State, and beyond. The same networks that seize the land protects the political elite. The same network. There is no political will. There is no enforcement capacity in Nigeria. That is why Trump was coming. Those armed groups and some of their enablers in the Nigerian Senate, you see all of them walking around to Red Chamber and all that, are Tinubu supporters today. And they enable terrorism. This promise they've made is designed not to be kept. Number 4, they're requesting or they're telling Tinubu, we'll disarm the bandits. Disarm bandits? Disarm terrorists? What credibility? We have seen this movie before. Under Tinubu.
We have seen the movie
under
before,
Buhari,
my brother.
Tinubu's ally. Terrorists were supposedly disarmed, then rehabilitated, then quietly absorbed into the Nigerian military, into the state security structures. This is why infiltration in Nigerian army and security structures is now systemic. This is why even we've heard about coup attempts becoming believable in today's Nigeria. Tinubu himself just put down a coup attempt recently. You cannot disarm terror with the same hands that armed it. You cannot do it. You want to disarm terror, disarm me 100%. Magnetic Act. Yes, I support that one. Do it now. This is the only tool that does not require Nigerian cooperation. Those criminal politicians from Nigeria, you don't need them. President Trump, who has shown unusual concern for Nigeria's 200 million people, is uniquely positioned to confront a cunning rogue permanent establishment. Is the only president in decades in the West and the US who wants to help Nigeria. The Magnitsky Act, the Magnitsky Act works because it freezes stolen assets, it revokes visas for families, it names names. And the names must be painful in the Magnitsky Act. The name must include Kashim Shettima, the vice president, Senate President Godswill Akpabio, most cabinet members in Tinubu's government, an estimated 95% of Nigerian senators, 90% of governors and ex-governors who treat the US as a retirement home. They steal money, come and put in the US. When they retire, they all run to the US. Have you know they have all run to the US? This can be done now. No need for dialogue, no stalling, no excuses. There's nothing to talk about.
Nothing.
They never said a word until Trump shows up. And we expect them to talk. Nigeria does not suffer from lack of ideas. It suffers from lack of consequences. We've had a million ideas, but no consequences. Christian genocide will not end with press releases. Rampant corruption in Nigeria will not end with tribunals, corrupt tribunals. Terror will not end with cosmetic appointments like the installation of Christian General Musa to deceive American officials. We've removed the Muslim general. We brought the Christian general. Only accountability works. Share this podcast, ladies and gentlemen, on this Christmas Day. Drop your comments below. Write President Trump. Write him. And tell him Nigerians support intervention. Most Nigerians tell me that they support intervention now. Before Nigeria becomes Sudan or Somalia. I know you've heard me warn about this, but it could happen. This is your Fiong Aqua Show. I am the voice of the voiceless. I am your independent voice telling fearless truths. I am Ofiong Aqua. Be good to yourselves and each other.
Ofiong Aqua.
Bye-bye.
Ofiong Aqua. Wonderful, wonderful message. I have not known him before. I stumbled into his broadcast and it is amazing. It is amazing. He said it exactly what we have been saying here every time. It is all a game. If anybody think that you will wake up in your dream one day and Nigeria will become a country, you are a joker. You think you can wake up one day and Tinubu will stop insecurity, you are a joker. You think you wake up one day and Tinubu will take back the land that terrorists have driven people into the camp, you are a joker. You think that he can disarm the terrorists, you are a joker. Tinubu that could not be able to retrieve the policemen that those so-called elites are parading around.
He could not call them back. Even when he gave order on a national TV that all the policemen should be withdrawn. Something as simple, this one and something is under him. The commander-in-chief gave that order on live program. They didn't obey it. And you think that we even had a story now that he has gone to Turkey. You know, he disappeared without telling people where he's heading to. Now, informations are coming out that he went to Turkey. And you can ask, why Turkey? The same Turkey where Gumi went before. The same Turkey where Gumi went and began to make some noise there. The same Turkey that Gumi advised him to go to Turkey, go to Iran, and so many other countries that he mentioned. That is where, finally, the drug baron has gone. When we say the Nigerian is under the terrorists, some of you don't understand. You think it's a joke. You are going to wake up one day and you realize that it is all over. Wherever you are as a Nigerian, continue to be prepared and protect yourself. And wherever you are, show appreciation. Show appreciation to the Nigerian Trump. He has done amazingly well. He has done amazingly well. What he has done, no other president have ever done. To genuinely come and fight for people. No, it doesn't happen. They will only talk, go at the backyard, collect money, even sponsor the terrorism by themselves. Trump is the only one that has stood out. And just like Akwa Effiong said, we need to continue to show appreciation. Everybody that finds himself in that contraption called Nigeria, everybody that finds himself in that contraption, make a video and show appreciation to the Nigerian Trump for him to do more. We must continue to show appreciation.
To the President of the United States of America, Donald John Trump, for sending help and rescue to the people of Nigeria. President Trump, God bless you. God bless the United States of America. We love you.
On behalf of Christians in Nigeria, I hail you. I salute you. God bless you, sir. God bless America. God bless Nigeria.
I want to thank Mr. President Donald Trump for sending help and rescue to Nigeria. God bless you, Mr. President. We love you. Thank you. Thank you, President Donald Trump, for sending help to Nigeria.
Everybody make your own video and send it out.
On behalf
A
of
video
the
of thank you
northern
to
people,
President Trump.
especially the Christians in Nigeria, we love you.
Whether you are
God
a
bless you,
Christian, you
Donald
are a
Trump.
Muslim, you
God
are a
bless
Hindu,
America.
wherever you are,
Thank
as
you.
long as you're in that contraption,
I'm using this
you
great
care about
privilege
your
to
life.
appreciate
Make your own video.
the President of America, Donald Trump, for his intervention over the issue of insurgency in our nation, Nigeria. Thank you, Donald Trump. Thank you, America. Long live Donald Trump. Long live America. Long live Nigeria.
My name is Damilola Olajide Ogolo. I want to use this opportunity to thank the President of the United States, Donald Trump, for sending us help here in Nigeria. Mr. President, thank you very much, and God bless you.
I'm here to appreciate the President of the United States of America, Donald John Trump, for his timely intervention and sending rescue to Nigeria on a day that Christians in Nigeria hold so dear to their hearts, a Christmas Day. We are saying thank you, and we need more of that timely intervention. Please, we need more of that rescue.
Thank you, Mr. President. We really appreciate you for your good work you have done for us in Nigeria, especially from northern Nigeria. President, we love you.
And I want to thank Governor Mufa and President Trump.
To thank the President of the United States, Donald Trump, for sending us help here in Nigeria. Mr. President, thank you very much, and God bless you.
I'm here to appreciate the President of the United States of America, Donald John Trump, for his timely intervention and sending rescue to Nigeria on a day that Christians in Nigeria hold so dear to their hearts a Christmas Day. We are saying thank you, and we need more of that timely intervention. Please, we need more of that rescue.
Thank you, Mr. President. We really appreciate you for your good work you have done for us in Nigeria, especially from northern Nigeria. We are grateful. Thank you, Mr. President. We love you.
And I want to thank Governor Mufa and President Trump for coming to Nigeria with us and keep it full of kids. The doctors of us there.
You have heard it. Everybody continue to show your own appreciation. Show appreciation the best way you can. We must continue to show appreciation because he deserves it. He deserves all the respect. He deserves all the appreciation. He deserves all that we can be able to give because he has done wonderfully well. It doesn't matter their propagandas we see on their media. We will continue to appreciate.
The United States and the Nigerian government have stated that the airstrikes were intended to eliminate members of the dreaded ISIS who have been terrorizing communities in the affected states. However, opinions on the operation remain divided. While some residents welcome the interventions as a necessary step to restore security, others oppose it, questioning the involvement of a foreign military on Nigerian oil.
What America did was on track, given the fact that the issue has persisted. All hands have been on deck, all effort has been made to persuade, to assuage, and to even calm nerves, so that whatever is the reason why this country is being terrorized can be brought to the table, so that it can be discussed and be resolved amicably. And since it did not work the way it ought to be, and we have to go this route.
Anything Nigeria can do to stop banditry, terrorism, and all these things, it's a welcome development whereby the Nigerian government cannot handle the situation. If they decide to seek foreign assistance, it's welcome. So far, we stop all these problems in the country, clean and all this stealing, assaulting, any kind of atrocity. So there's nothing we can do, whereby the government of this country cannot able to handle it.
It's a welcome development because our military, they are weak in tackling this. That's why we need the foreign assistant, in which they did this with the assistant of Nigerian government.
I'm not happy to hear it, because Nigeria is a sovereignty of itself, and if Nigeria will allow an outsider to come into her territory and strike on so-called ISIS that have been existing for a very long time, and you see, Nigeria, I'm going to use that language, or let me borrow what Trump said some weeks ago or last month. We are a shameful nation, to be sincere. If such things will happen in Nigeria at the 21st century, it's an embarrassment, because Nigeria have all it takes to finish these so-called terrorists.
I am not happy with the development. There is no reason for the US to launch any airstrike in Nigeria. It is our government that is supposed to handle the matter. Terrorists should not be stronger than our government, which has the responsibility to protect us. Allowing a foreign country to intervene shows government failure. How can we be sure the US intervention has no hidden agenda?
We must continue to show appreciation. Even in the north, you see that some of them are very skeptic. That is the only place you're getting a different report. But that is not going to stop us from acknowledging the wonderful job that Donald J. Trump have done. So wherever you are, we must continue to show appreciation. For a very long time, we have not had it this way. Many people come on board and they do nothing. Many people come on board, they do nothing. Even when you cry and you think they are going to do something, they will do nothing. And we will continue to pay attention and do.
We are going to take the awareness for the freedom of Biafra people to the next level. The media awareness, we are taking it to the next level. I want you to understand that from today, the broadcast for the Biafra liberation and the freedom have changed. And like I promised Biafra people yesterday, that we are going to step up our game since we are now in the international stage in this liberation. Everybody is talking about it. It is time to bring the plight of the Biafra people to the world. We have preached to the Biafra people from the local level. We have preached to the people in Nigeria. We have preached to indigenous people in Nigeria. We have preached to the African people. We are now preaching to Europeans. We are now preaching to Americans. We are now preaching to Asians. We are now preaching to those who are interested, who want to save the life of indigenous people in Nigeria, so that Nigeria will not use the Taliban of Nigeria to kill everybody and turn Nigeria into Islamic State.
This was a warning that was given by our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, one of the strongest brokers he made. And this is where he explained the stage where we are. We have created awareness to our people to an extent, to Nigerians and to other tribal people. But on international stage, that is where we are. This was where Mazi Simon Ekpa handed off and surrendered himself to go international, no matter what be the consequences. You can see him holding the flag of Finland there. This very brokers he made, one of his last brokers, is very important. It's very important. What is happening today was exactly what Master Simon Ekpa was warning about today and speaking about in that very broadcast. And we need to go back and remind you and refresh your memories as we are ending this year, opening a new chapter. Biafra is already on the international stage, but we have to cash into this very opportunity so that we don't miss it.
We're going to fight. We are Christians, and we have what we call the dangerous diversity in Nigeria and a very destructive diversity that can never work. Today, we are going to bring our plight to the world from what is happening in Munich, or what happened in Munich, where they have what we call the Munich Security Conference about the Ukraine war, and the NATO membership of the NATO, and the crisis around the world, especially within Europe. So we are going to analyze some of these videos from this Munich conference, where they are discussing the freedom of people in Europe, where they are discussing the security of people in Europe. So I want to learn from there, and then I will use it to, do some things from the perspective of the Biafra people. We are all human beings. If you can fight for Ukraine, if Russia invade Ukraine, you have to fight for Biafra, as Nigeria has invaded Biafra. If you say that the Russia has breached and violated the law, Nigeria also has violated the law, the international law. Nigeria has violated the United Nations human rights, which they are also signatory to. Nigeria has violated the law just as Russia. And on that ground, we are opting out. We are saying that what Nigeria is parading to the world as a democratic process, they call it a general election, is not a democratic process. And that is why the Biafra people are going to not allow Nigeria to conduct election in its territory, because the election of Nigeria is not a democratic process. There is nothing democratic when you have 400,000 Boko Haram in the Nigerian army or police to come to Biafra land and lay a siege and ask people to come out and vote. That is not a democratic process. it is worse than what is going on in Ukraine. So on that ground, Biafran people are only requesting the opportunity to have a true democratic process, which is what we call the referendum. So by the time we succeed in stopping Nigeria from conducting this election in Biafran territory, we are going to now begin to demand and have what we call the referendum that will give every person the right to participate and decide their future, whether they want to be part of a terrorist country or not, whether they want to be part of a country that have committed crime globally, whether they want to be part of a country that all they do is to breed criminals, and whether they want to be part of a country that everything innovation has been abolished. And they have adopted what we call the Sunni, which is that they abolish everything innovation. We are innovative, and we don't want to be part of a country where they are abolishing innovation and they're adopting what we call Sunni. So this particular diversity is very dangerous and very destructive, that it must end this year. If it did not end this year, we may find ourselves in the position or the situation like the Afghanistan people, and at the end of the day, the Taliban will take over. I want to inform you today, those of you listening from Europe, from America, that some of you that are into security issues, you know that Nigeria has always, tried to rehabilitate terrorists, and they will now, recruit them into the security agencies. When you come to Africa with African mentality and the ideology of terrorists, you cannot recruit terrorists and rehabilitate them within 6 months, and you say you are now recruiting them into Nigeria security apparatus, and you allow us, you expect us to keep quiet and want to, live our life in a country like that? No, we want to stop Afghanistan template that is being played in Nigeria. In Afghanistan, it took them 20 years. America pumped money for good over 20 years. At the end of the day, they defeated everybody and they took over Afghanistan. We cannot just watch and look at Afghanistan repeating in Nigeria. Why you put our life in danger in the name of politics? Why you put our life in danger in the name of democracy? There is no democracy in Nigeria. We are fighting for the true democracy, and that is why we will not allow this fraudulent election to hold in Biafra land. If you support this election, you are fighting against democracy. If you support this election, you are fighting against justice. If you support this election, you are fighting against fairness. In Nigeria, after you go into the poll to vote, the court of the Fulani will give a decision and decide who will become the chairman, or who will become the governor, or who will become even the president. So we do not want to validate Nigeria again, and we are making this position very clear to the international community. We are saying that Nigeria are bringing over 400,000 security personnel to force Biafra into election, and we are not going to allow that. So if you are coming from the Western world to be an observer in Biafra land, you may end up witnessing a war of separation. And because when these 400,000 policemen come to Biafra, they are not coming for peace. They are coming to kill our young men, kill our children, kill our women, burn our houses, and we cannot put our hand and watch. So we're going to fight back. So if you are coming to Biafra land in the name of observer, just be very security conscious, because you may end up coming to observe war between Nigeria and Biafra, because they are going to come in our land to fight war with 400,000 policemen that they could not provide when the Fulanis are killing our people. They could not provide this security when their sponsored jihadists and terrorists come to our land to kill. Today, they are deploying 400,000 policemen to conduct election. It is unacceptable. And Biafra people have made up their mind. I am just a spokesperson for the Biafra people, and I'm telling them they are right, and they are agreeing to that information, and agreeing to the advice and the directive I'm giving to them as the spokesperson of Biafra people. So today, we are going to listen from our own other people from the European Union side, from NATO, from the security conference that is happening in Munich, and we are going to get and borrow some word, and add it to what we are doing. People to understand that we are not just coming to social media to rant, but rather we have come for a just cause and a just fight to freedom. That's all. We are not interested in any other thing other than referendum for the Biafra people. The time is now. All right, I welcome you for this opening speech A lot of issues have been touched and addressed. You are watching live and direct on Enter Biafra Channel 1, live and direct on Enter Biafra 97.5 FM in Biafra land, watching live and direct on other auto-piloted IPOB platform. I want everybody to pay attention to what I'm about to do this evening.
You confirmed this U.S. support, but we all know next year the United States will enter into an election campaign. We are in a democracy. We know which side of the aisle the result will be. How sure are you that, how certain are you that what you have said, that Putin, who wants to wait us out, that the end will not succeed?
Thank you, Christoph. As I said, I believe, and I believe the American people understand the stakes. And the stakes being our moral interest and our strategic interest.
Our moral interest, our strategic interest. I want you to listen to this. Our moral interest. In Biafra today, within the Nigeria state,
Vice President, thank
our
you for
fight
this
now
very,
is
very
a fight
strong
for
speech,
our
this
moral
commitment
interest,
to
morality,
transatlantic
moral
unity,
interest.
this commitment
It's
to the
something.
support
We are not
of
different humans.
Ukraine, and we
The
have
same
many
humans in
representatives
America,
from
we
Ukraine
are
here
all
in
the
the
same.
room, and
They are not more better than us.
certainly were
If America
reassured by what you
can
have
fight
said.
for their moral
Let
interest,
me ask
Biafra
you,
people have started fighting for their
you
moral
confirmed
interest,
this
starting from
U.S.
today.
support, but we all know next year the United
Our
States...
moral interest is constantly being violated in Nigeria by the Nigeria state because of the differences in diversity. So we want to fight to also protect our moral interest. And our moral interest can only be protected as an independent state where we can practice this democracy to the fullest. Thank you.
States will enter into an election campaign. We are in a democracy. We know which side of the aisle the result will be. How sure are you that, how certain are you that what you have said, that Putin, who wants to wait us out, that in the end he will not succeed?
Thank you, Christoph. As I said, I believe, and I believe the American people understand the stakes. And the stakes being our moral interest and our strategic interest.
Our moral interest and our strategic interest. Like I said before, I want to borrow something from them. I want to lend this their, what they are saying, because this is now the highest level, of international politics. So what we do now is to protect our moral interest. Our moral interest has been violated, has been rubbished in Nigeria. Nigeria do not have any moral, they don't protect any moral interest of any ethnic group in Nigeria. They do not protect any moral interest of any ethnic nationality in Nigeria. And the time has come that we begin to adopt the West style of civilization. So we are also demanding that our interests, our moral interests, will be protected. And the only place it can be protected is in Biafra nation, where we have where our diversity is completely dissolved, and we can progress and build our nation as people with the same cultural value, with the same moral value system, with everything the same. We have no same moral value system with the northern Nigeria. We do not have anything in common. In fact, it is thousand poles apart, clashing of interest. So when you are trying to protect your moral value in the Nigeria, where a northerner is a jihadist, where the whole system has been fulanized, it does not work. They look for you to kill. Now I am preaching that our people need to have freedom, and they are placing $100,000 bounty on my head. As you can see, they have increased the money from $50,000 to $100,000 because I am asking for freedom. The moral value system can never be protected in Nigeria. And the picture here explains it. Nigeria retirees and European retirees. This cannot be accepted anymore. We want to give our retirees a good life and a better standard of living. We cannot continue to allow retirees to live like animals, like you see them sitting on the street, while in Europe, retirees are well treated and have people taking care of them. We want a Biafra where this moral value that has been bastardized, as you can see in the picture, will be respected and protected. Thank you, and let us continue.
I will tell you, I travel around the United States, and I have seen the Ukrainian flag fly in places most of you have probably never heard of in the United States.
Biafra flag will be next. Ukrainian flag is flying most places where where most of people didn't know they exist. And I just pray that we did not go to the point where the Biafra flag have to fly everywhere in America before our freedom will be given to us.
In storefronts.
Because it can be avoided by just requesting for referendum and everybody will vote. And after that, everybody will go to his house and answer his father's name.
In front of homes, people proudly wearing, Americans proudly wearing the colors of Ukraine. The American people are aware of the images of Bucha. The American people take great pride in a fight for independence.
American people take great pride in a fight for independence. I want you to understand that it is not only America that take great pride in a fight for independence. Biafra people are just as human beings as American people, and we have decided to emulate you by taking pride in the fight for independence. And this is not the independence of another country. We are not taking pride in fighting for independence of another country. Rather, we are taking pride now in the fight of our own independence, of our own life, of our own future. And we are appealing to you, if this comes to your table, because it is going to come, by the time Biafra succeed in stopping this particular fraud called election, it will come to your table. When it comes to your table, please remember that we want to emulate you by taking pride in fighting for freedom that is not for another people but for ourselves and for our future. Please, this is a plea and appeal I am making to America and to the world, that America should not be the only country that will fight and get pride in fighting for freedom. We are not fighting for another country freedom. We are not taking pride in that. We don't have the capacity to do that yet, but at least we are taking pride, the Biafra people, in standing very tall against Nigeria to fight for our own freedom. That's what we are starting from this year. And so this coming week may not be very funny to the world.
That being part of the foundation of our nation and our principles and values. I think about where the United States is going on this issue based on the track record of where we've been.
This is exactly the track record of where America has been. I am not here to talk against America, but we can see the track record in Afghanistan. We have seen the track record, okay? We've seen the track record in Libya. We've seen the track record in Iraq. We've seen the track record in Syria, okay? That is not to say that whatever they did that time was wrong, but it's a track record we are talking about, right? And we have been killed in millions. America supported it at some point. In the 60s, during Biafra War, we were killed. America, the world, watched how they starved us to death. And Biafra people, children, died in their millions. And that war has not ended. It still continues. The starvation has not ended. It still continues. So this particular broadcast today is going to be very short, so that the world will understand that we have a problem, and when this problem needs to be solved. We do not need to go into war to solve it. There is possibility that your action and not overlooking Africa will solve this problem without gun battle. But the point I'm trying to make today as a representative of Biafra people is that Biafra is also ready to go the round for the second time, if that is what it takes. Those people that are making comments on social media, they are just minority. They have access to the internet, and they can make noise on social media. Those people following P2B and co, they just have access to the internet. They are ignorant of their own problem. And the majority of America did not agree for America to go to Afghanistan. There are opposition parties that did not accept American invasion in Iraq. There are opposition political parties that did not accept America going to invade Syria. There are opposition political parties and Americans, millions, that did not agree with Obama when Obama invaded Libya. It is normal. So the question here is that the majority of Biafra people want to leave Nigeria. So P2B, as a single person who does not have anything to offer, cannot be a distraction to whether our moral interests should be protected outside Nigeria or not, to know whether our future should be protected outside Nigeria or not. I want to send this thing, and I'm expecting that one day this whole thing will escalate if you people do not want to intervene and solve it now that it has not escalated. Because definitely, you know, freedom, everybody knows freedom is not given, it is taken. Just like the Ukrainians are taking their own by force against Russia, we are going to take our own also against Nigeria. And we are doing that already. It is important that this particular coming week, that Nigeria is planning to murder our people by deploying 400,000 policemen. These policemen and security agencies, some of them are ex-Boko Haram members that they have recruited, rehabilitated according to them, and recruited into the system. And they are not coming to Biafra land to, you know, follow the rule of engagement or follow the rule of law. They are coming to kill. They are coming to cause chaos. They are coming to cause crisis. And the ignorant people will say, oh, you are the one causing it because you are agitating and fighting for your freedom. Is that a justification to come and start killing innocent people because Simon Ekpa is preaching the freedom of Biafra? Do you justify that? I want everybody to know that this message today must be caught and edited and shared and let it go to the world. We are going to broadcast it. Share it to all medias that you know, so they understand that we are not shaking. We are going to stand on our ground of no election, only referendum will be allowed in Biafra land. And next week, Biafra people are going to speak. We are going to speak in a very strong voice that will shock the world.
You only have to look at where we were a year ago and where we are today in terms of the contributions and resources that America has put into everything from ammunition to artillery to air defense.
Sometimes these ammunitions and defense goes into the wrong hand. I'm not talking about Ukraine, but I'm talking from the history. We have the same value system with America. Why are you not giving us arms to defend ourselves against terrorist and jihadist government? Why do you have to give arms to people that do not have the same faith with you? I'm not talking about Ukraine. And don't get me wrong. I'm talking about the past and previous investment of America in Arab countries. Why do you go to support Afghanistan Taliban? Why do you go to give arms to them? You don't have the same faith. You don't have the same cultural value system. You don't even have the same moral interest. Your moral interests are not the same. Why do you choose to fund and arm them, for whatever reason, and now we are now in a state of anarchy in our land against Nigeria. Nigeria state is coming and committing genocide in our land, killing us just because we want to demand our right to govern ourselves. We want to demand independence. Just want to enjoy just like Ukraine has been. We want to do and live like the people in Europe. Is that a crime? The investment you can do that will benefit you will be the only investment America and Europe can do now is to support Biafra exit from Nigeria. We have the resources, we have the minerals, we have whatever you think, we have the brain. And working with Biafra people will be the best thing for global peace. For peace in Africa, for peace in the Sahel, so that the influx of immigrants from Africa, which is mainly being supplied by Nigeria, to Europe will reduce. Once that reduces, it will reduce the crime that Nigerians are committing all over the world. So it is for your interest. And I will, at this juncture, bring a video of this man who also lamented how the Boko Haram will take over Nigeria and will turn Nigeria, and they make Nigeria safe haven, and at the end of the day they are going to attack America. With the emergence of Biafra as a nation, they can never succeed in attacking America. So I want everybody to.
You're welcome, my brother Maxwell. Bro Max, thank you so much for joining. Bro Max, welcome you. Today, I just decided to give a voice to our leaders, Mazi Nandekano, Mazi Simon Ekpa, who have spoken a lot about the situation we are in today, who has prepared the Biafran people for what is coming. Finally, here are we today. Every single thing they have won about, Mazi Nandekano and Mazi Simon Ekpa, everything they have talked about is what is playing out today before the whole world. Those things we talked about, we spoke about, they are all playing out. So sometimes it will seem as if we are ignoring, more especially Mazi Simon Ekpa is a kind of swept under the carpet and people are no longer giving him a voice or whatever. But I have already made it up my mind that I am here for Biafra and I will give a voice to every single one of them that is standing out there for us. Mazi Nandekano and Mazi Simon Ekpa more especially, they have given us the foundation upon which we are building today, and they have given some strong prophecies that are playing out today. So that's why sometimes when we come online, there is nothing we are saying today that is new. These are things that they have said before. We're just repeating it for emphasis to refresh the memory of people. So today I decided to dive in back there with what is happening, with what is playing out in Nigeria today. These are what our leaders have cried out for a long time. Ask for a hand with the United States to look through and see us as a formidable partner. They don't even need to put boot on the ground if they work with Biafra. So we'll continue to bring out these informations of the past and all that to refresh the memory of the people as we enter into 2026, which will open up a new chapter. You're welcome, my brother Max. Thank you so much for joining. Go ahead and talk to us, brother Max.
Thank you so much, Mazi Chooks, and good morning to all the great people of the United States of Biafra, Biafran agitators. No matter the path you have chosen, great men and women, children, uncles, aunties, cousins, mothers and fathers, I say, may Chukwu continue to bless each and every one of you.
Please say,
may we live to see the sovereignty of the United States of Biafra be declared by great nations and the world bodies of this earth. May we also rejoice have the time and be alive to join those that will see Biafra, to rejoice together, to walk proudly with our shoulders high on the streets of Biafra as that new nation was declared on the 29th November 2024, be recognized worldwide. And I believe that those that is saddled with the powers to make sure that our stories are heard are doing wonderfully well in order to make sure that we survive the onslaught of this globalist agenda against the Biafran people. Mazi Chuks, you mentioned something here that really struck me. I said, why? Why Biafrans? Why Biafrans? I still remember what happened in the former Yugoslavia while I was also a participating member of the UN operatives that were sent there 1990 to 1992. What made America furiously, I want to say this. What made America to do what they did? It was America and her allies that said, no, what is going on in former Yugoslavian Republic must not be allowed to go on. And they set up this United Nations Peace Protection Force, UNPROFO, that took us there, prevented the ethnic cleansing by the majority Bosnian Serbian Muslims against the rest. I know what the United Nations did in Burma. When the Rohingya Muslims were being targeted in Burma.
Yes.
I know what the war, America, did in order to secure the lives of the Christian minority, I think in Syria. In Syria, these are the Israeli, the Jewish people that settled in that part, of the territory of Syria.
Yes.
I know what America did. Yes, I know what they did. At least in Somalia, fight, terrorists did. The father of Hussein Aidid that took over when the father died was a member of the United States Marine Corps. I think a sergeant. But when that unfortunate incident happened to his father, Farah Aidid, he has to come back to take over the reins of affairs in Somalia. They were fighting the Al-Shabaab terrorists. But why is the America, the police of the world, why did it took them so much time looking at the antecedents and what Nigeria has done to people that are fighting for no criminal case, freedom of their own people, freedom of their own people, to walk in line with those that they have same value system, and not people that don't have value system with you. Why did it take America so long to come in? And even when they are coming in, they are only speaking simply because of what the Christian groups in Midwestern states, said or cried out. Why did America kept quiet? This is where my question is. They kept quiet when the Biafrans, the Oduduwas, I've seen maybe the killings, the firing of the Odudua and activists or agitators It cannot be measured with what Biafrans has passed through. They are going house to house to kidnap our people. Once they see you wearing a panapleria belonging to the Biafran people, you will be arrested. And some of them ended at that tiger base. That evil tiger base, the slaughterhouse in Imo State called the tiger base. Some of our cousins and nephews ended up in that very place, and some of them cannot be recovered again. Even their bones can no longer be recovered. That is what they have done here. America, your embassy, your mission in Nigeria are seeing all these things that is happening to the indigenous people. You allow them to waste so much blood of the innocent people before you are coming in now. Well, it's better late than never. But we have asked you before to support the disintegration of Nigeria, and that will put a peg, a massive peg, on the advancement of this jihadist from the Sahel, that the Nigerian government is looking the other way where they carry out their atrocious deeds. And this is what I will have to say here. And to the people of my mother's land, I don't know how to describe most of you. Look at Gumi. Till now, nobody knows where Gumi is, whether he is in Turkey or in Nigeria, I don't know. But look at, even as America is conducting the reconnaissance activities in the northern part of Nigeria, as they are sending the surveillance planes, they have got 5 streams equipped, so much equipped to find out most of these people, the targets, and bring them to, confront them and monitor them, put a track on them and begin to monitor them. Gumi is still talking strong. But you, the political elites that presided over the affairs of the Biafra land, instead of you to come out to speak for the people that never committed any crime. There is no crime as far as Nigerian Constitution is concerned that criminalizes someone who is fighting for self-defense. Nothing in the Nigerian Constitution, as bad, as evil, as backward as it is, it did not criminalize anybody that is fighting for self-determination. But most of you in Biafra land stood by, even went as far as calling the Nigerian government to unleash mayhem on the people that are not carrying arms, only flags and chanting for their own freedom. I say it here and I will continue to say it. All of you will pay the price of what a betrayer will pay. All of you will pay the price. I have seen Omahi, people have been playing the video of it, that Ebonyi can never be part of Biafra when Biafra comes. When Biafra comes, Dave Omahi, carry your family and relocate to northern part of Nigeria. We don't even want you.
Definitely he will.
We don't need you. We don't need you. You cannot speak for the people of Ebonyi. You can't. You are just one voice that is talking. Maybe the people that you are placed on your payroll, to support you anytime you are making these irresponsible comments about your own people. Look at what your own people are doing in the north. As we speak, tell me the reason why. All along Massachusetts, have you ever heard that there are terrorists like Urawa, Boko Haram, Mahmouda, ISWAP, ISIS, Islamia Jamal, then Ansaru? Have you ever heard that they are in Sokoto? Have you ever heard they mention Sokoto? But Sokoto is the land. That is where the plans are made. And when they were videoing them, when they were, surveying them, carry out intelligent operatives on them. So many of them were running to their headquarters, unknown to them that America's pipeline is on them. They have been tagged. They have been identified by these reconnaissance activities that America is carrying on in that area. They forgot that America has every intel. America don't need to work with your government. Let me tell you, because the government of Nigeria is complicit with what is going on. Go and explain to me how my Brigadier General Sani Omar Oba also was killed after sending what we call SOS, save our souls message. Tell me, 30 minutes or 40 minutes, he ended that call. Then the ISWAP was able to locate his exact position and captured him. You want to tell me that after seeing all these things, after introducing and recruiting the foot soldiers, the terrorists, after recruiting them into your military, after recruiting them into your air force, and so on and so forth, you want to tell me that America will work with your own intelligence? You are joking. You are kicking your butt. If you feel that America will work with you, even if America is going to work with you, the other eye of America is on you, monitoring what you are doing. But you don't know. When America comes into your case or put their foot on the ground against you, if you don't succumb, you will fall into pieces. And for some of them that are talking about, America fired washout. Look, let me tell you, that Tomahawk missiles, I think about 12 of them, 2 misfiring and not able to get their target is, is common in the military. It's common in the military. I'm rounding up with this, Massachusetts, because I have a lot to say. You see, it's common. Firing washout, whiskey Oscar, is common in the military. And for a firer that is firing, anything that is prepared by human being, any technology that is prepared by human being, put aside by human being, always has, let me just say, about 10 to 15%, inaccuracy and, in carrying whatever they do, because it is human being. There is errors in it as well. But America, the other 10, America cannot just unleash Tomahawk missiles that cost them about $0.5 million to $2.5 million to strike and, a non-threatening target to them. They saw something and they unleashed it on them, depending on the volume of what they saw there. And I made it clear to some other platform where I was attacked that America can fire when they see a group of people. They have the kind of missiles they will send there that will contain them. When it is in the term of logistics, without logistics, no military, no rebel will move. They can destroy it and destroy it outrightly. So if you say they didn't see anything there, America cannot just waste those missiles on an empty thing that does not make any sense to them. They know, they saw, they see, they have it. And the day they will play you the videos, the day America will play you. In fact, as these things were going on, remember the president of America, Wanko, I call him Wanko, Awembunu, Donald Trump, was monitoring everything that was going on his own screen in their war room. So forget about it. The day the videos will be revealed to you, then you will know the impact those Tomahawk missiles that was sent at that place, had on these people. When you go, do you remember how many days it took the Nigerian people, the press, to go there? I think it was day before yesterday or yesterday, they were now coming to show the report that, when they hit, the civilians within the area were seeing the terrorists running away, fleeing. Everything within that area will be no state. I tell you today, because if America allow these people to get their foothold on Nigeria, America is going to be, a striking point for them. I'm telling you, they will do everything in order to reach America or where America interest lies. That is what I have to tell you people. And for my people, you have to rise up. This is the opportunity that you have right now. It is right now on your terms. Use it. Maximize this opportunity. This opportunity might no longer come again. Again, I am telling you people, because I am badly affected in whatever that is going to happen to my people in Biafra land. Thank you so much, Mazi Chicks, for giving me so much time, unlike you give to other people to air my own views here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my brother Maxwell. I appreciate you for your wonderful, wonderful message. Just as you try to explain, I know there are some mischievous people that are seeking for video. Videos are coming out every day, just like the one you are seeing here is part of the videos that we have seen. There are so many, a lot of videos that I have seen. This one you saw now is on the ground there. Some of the terrorists themselves released this very one. So videos are coming out every blessed day of what transpired. But there are some mischievous ones among all those one Nigerians that are very mischievous, and they continue to deny the fact. And among those mischievous ones, there are some of them on different levels. There are some that are busy using sovereignty to deceive themselves. When they come, they speak so much grammar about sovereignty that they never had, that they know nothing about. They know not how it works. And some will come with their sentiment of, oh, the bomb was thrown in an empty field. Nobody was hurt. Some will come, oh, show us pictures, show us evidence. You didn't see evidence. Some will come with different kind of, some will come with their religious. Oh, it is again, why do you have to go to attack in Sokoto? That is attack against Muslims. They now forget about the issue of the terrorism we are talking about. They now decide to twist it and paint it to be a religious issue. This is why all these things are pointing to the fact that Nigeria is not one, will never be one, can never be one. It doesn't matter how you do. Take for example, this very thing that just happened. When you look critically at the southern part of Nigeria, there is celebration. That at least somebody have come to do something to stop a common enemy that is after every one of us. But in the north, even though this enemy is residing with them and they claim they are the one that are dying most, but yet they are complaining. They are complaining. If they don't complain, why will it be Why will it be US? Why will it be the US? Your Nigerian government has been there for more than a decade, more than 2 decades, and they did nothing. All of a sudden, a country all the way from United, thousands of miles away, came to your aid. You are not happy. In the north, they still prefer these people to. There was some documentary I watched. They said they still prefer these people. They still prefer them than the intervention that have come. And when we talk about getting out of Nigeria, people think we are mad. People think we are mad. It is so sad. In as much as some people have now begun to add their own voice and begin to speak. I thank God. Go ahead, my brother Max.
You see, I was happy to hear what Winners Chapel, overseer said while I was listening to him. Well, our God works in mysterious ways. He was telling the, that man has been so outspoken.
Yeah,
When it
Oyedepo has
comes
been outspoken
to,
right from day one.
yes,
He has been.
Oyedepo has been so outspoken. It was Oyedepo that read, it was Oyedepo that read the letter written by Jubril al-Sudani in his church. You remember it, right?
Yes, yes.
He was warning the Nigerian people.
He has been very outspoken. Whenever he wants to talk, he will say it straight. If he doesn't want to talk, he just keeps silent. I know they are intimidating, they are pressing him, but whenever he wants to talk, he goes direct and say what he wants to say.
Yes. Then I love what he said. But the only man that is consistent is Possibility TV. Possibility TV. Prophet David Kinglio said openly, I am a Biafran. He said it. This man has been consistent from the day we started Linda TV show with you. I had been talking about this man and the consistency in this man till today. He was the one that said that Biafra is going to come. And even America will come and learn the system the Biafran people will operate with. He said they will be one of the strongest and one of the strongest. And immediately Biafra is restored, accepted worldwide, become a country of its own, with nobody occupying any part of Biafra, that you will see the black man will now feel the impact of their own freedom from what is happening to the Biafran people. And another guy again from Kenya told me that the day black African people died was the day British helped Nigeria to conquer and win the Biafran people. That was the day. Most of them in Kenya, there are some things that you people share in common, in names, in pronunciation, in words, and so on and so forth. There are people over there, I think in Kenya or Uganda, that still have the 4 market days. You can go and fact check them and come and tell me. I have read them, I have seen them, I have seen Biafrans going there to interact with them, and so on and so forth. One of them told me that the African man lost his or his bearing, the day the British and the war and their cohorts in Nigeria, this same middle belt right now, this same part of Yoruba people right now that have been, their land has been occupied. We must say it as it is. If you don't know your history and you don't know where you are coming from, you will never know where you are going to. The pollution of these people to conquer the Biafran people, put them at risk of what is happening today. Take it to the bank. And what they did that time, all the fight and struggle against the Biafran people to put Nigeria one, the reason why the anathema, the curse that is upon Nigeria today is because they join hands to kill the people that say, let's separate because we don't have the same ideology and the same value system. They join hands and say, no, the same thing Bola Ahmed Tinubu has done in Benin Republic. Mali has broke out and their economy is booming. Burkina Faso, our neighbor, has broken out and their economy is booming. Niger is booming and the economy is growing in double digits, not single digit like the giant, the so-called giant of Africa. In double digits. They are doing well. Benin rose up, said, no, we don't want to go the way of France. Bola Ahmed Tinubu say, no, you must remain with France. You must remain with France. Your own brother is trying to climb, to take the basket down so that the rest of the crabs will come out. You say, no. You raise the bucket so that all of them will fall inside. That is the price you will pay. You will pay the price. Yes, it's quite unfortunate that innocent people will go into it, but you will continue to pay that price for sabotage of your own people. If you were serious and you have a common sense in you, you will know that what the Republic of Benin, Pascal, Pascal, yes, Lieutenant Colonel Pascal was fighting for was to pull themselves from France, and you wake up to push them into there. Today, America is coming into your own country, and they are doing what you refuse to do. It took you 4 hours to dislodge the coupists in Benin Republic, but it has taken you more than 20 years to sort out the terror that is going on in your own country. And you want the world to recognize you as a country that can be, trusted? You are just joking. You see, I will tell you here today, my people, no matter what happened, nobody should relent in whatever he or she is doing. It is your right to fight for your freedom. It is your right to fight for your freedom. And we will continue to do what we're supposed to do in line with the international convention and rules to make sure that the world will bear us. Do you know how many years it took Somaliland to be declared? And Somalia now is angry. Nigeria is angry. Other Islamic nations are angry at Somaliland. No matter how angry you become, Somaliland is gone and is gone forever. They are today an independent country of their own. How I wish it is Biafra that I am looking at today, hearing the news that there are no illegal occupants, no terrorist occupants are on the soils of Biafra land. How I wish it is Biafra, and I hope in the name of Chukwu Kikabiam, what we deserve, which is right, the right of the Biafra people. Chukwu Kikabiam will give it to us. Euradi Yankopon will give it to us. Ubangiji Allah will give it to us. I thank you, Mazitus. I have a lot to say, but let me stop here so that I will not become a nuisance to your platform. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you so much. You've spoken well. Thank you so much. Let's play on this very video on the message.
You see, in the long time, they don't know when this is going to be. They don't know when this is going to be, but in the long time, they know that they're going to attack the United States and the West. I didn't say it. It is coming from a general who has been in the Sahel region. So let us listen to him again.
In the West.
When they establish the caliphate, once they found Nigeria a safe haven, establish a caliphate, they are going to attack America and the West. That is what we are fighting for. You see? So when you disintegrate Nigeria, you have disintegrated this threat that is a futuristic threat that is posing to against America and the West. So I want everybody to understand that when we are fighting for our freedom, we are fighting for the safety of Europe and the safety of America. Because once they succeed in taking Nigeria, just like they take Afghanistan, that is the end. You are all going to be in hell, waiting for any day that the caliphate from Nigeria will come to Europe and attack you. They are going to be sponsoring terrorists into Europe, and it is going to happen, but we are going to stop them this year.
Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seat.
This explanation is where our interests meet with the interests of the United States on this very strike that is happening in Nigeria. This was why the main reason I played this message of Master Simon Ekpa. This is a revelation Master Simon Ekpa made. Even before now, he played this video exposing the fact that American interests, just like the general there has said, is that they must have to stamp out the terrorists in Nigeria, the Islamic terrorists in Nigeria, because once they are able to settle down as they are planning in Nigeria, they will organize strike from Nigeria to any part of the West, and they can do it. If they have the resources, they are pursuing. It is not the Biafran result. A US general said it. You saw him on video say it. And our prime minister did that program. And he made it clear that is why we are fighting for our freedom, also to free ourselves from the Islamic Caliphate of Nigeria. Because Nigerian government is fully involved in this project of Islamization to hand over the country to the Caliphate. So that is where our interests meet with the interests of the United States. That they, as they are carrying out this very strike in Nigeria, we also have to get our acts in order. Get prepared and get ready. Just like we talk about recognition, we cannot be recognized divided. We cannot be recognized as a divided house. And before we will get the recognition that we want, you must be in charge of your territory. Every one of us saw the recognition that came to Somaliland. One thing you have to understand that the Somaliland is already in control of their territory. They have a president in their land, not outside. They have conducted an election in their land. They have everything you can think about, their national anthem, their money, their judiciary in their land. And they have been on that thing for a very long time. But luckily for them, recently, Israel recognized them. And very soon, the United States is going to recognize them. So just as you see, sometimes when we come here and we talk about the reality of things, some of you will not understand. I don't come here to make you happy or to make you jump and clap or to make you get angry or to make you get scared. But we talk about reality. Reality. That is what I have been shouting all this while, that we should maintain our stance and position ourselves properly for this recognition that we are asking for. We are not yet positioned properly. We are not yet positioned properly. It is not something you can do online. It is not something you can do verbally. It is not something you can do by emotion. It is not something you can do by pity. It is something that you must have to do by taking charge of your own land on the ground. This is a very hard message to preach. Like myself, sometimes I decided to step aside from that message because when I preach it the way it is, some of you get so emotional and you misunderstand it. When we speak facts here, some of you get emotional. At the end of the day, you misunderstand it. You end up attacking a person or a group or an individual. No. It is about fact. We speak about fact. Somaliland that have been recognized today was recognized because they are already in charge of their... You saw the Israel president said it by himself. They are peaceful. They have conducted election. They have their own land. They are not troublemakers. Most importantly, they are in charge of their land. They have conducted election. On the ground, they have their president called the Israeli president, called their president. So before ever you can expect any one power to recognize you, there are certain things you must do. Take charge of your territory. You must take charge of your territory to an extent, at least 50%, even if not all. There must be a control. There must be a sign of unity of purpose. There must be a unified government. It is a must, not maybe. There must be. Only then and then you can be. You see people in Somaliland, they are celebrating. I have seen several of their videos. These are people that have formed, on the ground. They are present in their country. They are in charge of their territory. Even though Somalia is still controlling their territory, but they are in charge. Even though Somalia, people have refused to recognize them, they stay on their own and they are doing their things. They control their territory, they control their borders. So you see, we have a lot of work to do. We, the Biafra, we have a lot of work in our hand. That is why we need to walk away from every noise-making, talking, attacking each other, talking down on each other, and focus on the real agenda. How to take our territory and again, seek attention for the recognition. Nobody's going to recognize you when you are not in charge. Nobody's going to recognize you when you're not in charge of your territory. Nobody's going to have any deal or sign anything for you when you are not in charge of your territory. Some of you don't pay attention. Even some that are living in that Nigeria that call themselves, they are living in that Biafran territory. Common sense should make you can use your common sense to supervise what is happening and how things are going. That common sense in you should tell you what is happening. When you look at things around you, you will know whether we're on the right path or on the wrong path, whether there are things we are doing, we are supposed to do that we're not doing yet. Whether there are things that we are still supposed to do that we're not doing, you will know. You will know. This issue of Somaliland should be, the recognition of Somaliland should be a lesson. A lesson. Go and check Somaliland. Go and read what they have done, how long they have been on the wait, and how far they control their territory before they got this recognition. Go and check. We have a greater opportunity. We have a greater opportunity, but we need to do our homework and do it properly when we still have the time. We need to do it. I pray that Chukwu will strengthen us and grant our leaders freedom so that we can be able to do what we have to do when we have to do them. Very important.
Now, so we can prepare the room for the next session.
World for your Ukraine policy.
I think, should I start, my dear? Yeah. I think it is important that we're very clear about what this Russian war is. It is about Putin's imperialistic plans. And this is something where all of us, and mainly the Global South, have a very, it is completely unacceptable. And countries on the other side have a bitter and long-standing experience. First you send your negotiators in, then you send, they see that the experts are being sent in, and then it's the mercenaries that are being sent in. So what we have to do is not only explain that we will never ever accept this imperialistic war, we will never ever accept that Putin is trampling on the international law that protects all of us, that the UN Charter, that is also in the interest, I mean it's in the interest of every single country, is being treated so disrespectful, and that we will never accept that today you can send tanks just across the border to invade a country.
And I want to also remind the European Union that everything that they have said here, the Nigerian government has done it in Biafra land. The Nigerian government has breached and violated all available international law. They have committed extraordinary rendition, kidnapping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya because Africa is corrupt and nobody is talking. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a British citizen, and they kidnap him from Kenya, rendition him, torture him for 8 days, subject him to all manner of degrading treatment and human rights abuse and torture, and sent him to Nigeria and incarcerated him. It didn't end there. I want to inform the European Union that in addition to this, the United Nations Arbitrary Committee on against torture and arbitrary detention also have issued ultimatum to the Nigeria state to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu within 6 months and compensate him. 6 months has expired. Nigeria violated that particular directive from the United Nations. I want to inform Europe that Nigeria government have committed as worse crime than Russia Putin against the Biafra people. The only difference here is that Biafra at this day is still within the Nigeria state, and they are sending the military and tanks to Biafra land within Nigeria to kill their own citizens. The difference here is that while Putin is sending military tanks across border, Nigeria is sending military tanks within its own border as Nigeria state. And they are killing their own citizens and nobody is talking. So I want the Europe to understand that Nigeria state has committed worst crime. The number of deaths being recorded in Nigeria every day at number 100 times the number of deaths being recorded in Ukraine, with all the military strike and the tanks that Russia is sending to Ukraine. So I want this particular record to be very straight, that impunity, civil war is ongoing in Nigeria, and the Biafra people cannot take it anymore. And we do not want to be part of a country like that. Again, there is no plan for development. There is no plan for innovative future in Nigeria. Everything is going down, and their plan is just to Islamize us and turn us into caliphate. And we are not going to accept that kind of arrangement. You cannot force us to change our faith from Christian to caliphate, to Muslims. We are not Muslims. We are very, very different people. Our cultures are different, languages are different, everything is different. So, and this particular issue that is happening today, the crisis in Nigeria, is a long time coming. It's a history that we have. We cannot continue to overlook this historic mistake and miscarriage of justice against the Biafra people, and we are going to go into the poll this coming week to validate Nigeria again. So we are putting this to the notice to the Americans, to Europeans, to understand that we are also human beings fighting for our future, fighting for right to live, fighting for right to existence, fighting for the right to practice our faith and religion, fighting for the right to participate in a democratic process that is globally acceptable. And the democratic process starts by allowing the people to choose how they want to live their life freely. And if you could not allow them to choose, then you are inviting anarchy, and they have to revolt against the system. And that is happening already. So let us continue.
So you see, why I'm taking this revision is for us to know that all this while, Mazin Nandekan and Mazin Simon have been the lone voice in the wilderness talking. Whatever you see that is playing out today was a call that had been made for a very long time for intervention. The Biafrans were in the front line making that call. People ignored it. Instead, the Nigerian government attacked. Even our fellow Biafrans came against us, spoke against us, said all manner of things. But finally, here are we. And when I try to draw the connection between the present thing that happened, the genocide against the Christians and the genocide against the Biafrans, to draw them as one thing, people don't understand. This is one thing. And what happened is that when they come against the Igbos, people think it's just about the Igbos. But it's not just about the Igbos. They are coming against the Igbos because Igbos are more than 90% Christian, and they are the greatest population in that contraption. So there is no way you can take out Christianity without taking out the Igbos. They started with Igbos, and when it seems that they cannot be able to come to land, now they focus on the project Christians. So these cases have something in common we must not ignore. These voices have been coming for a very long time. We will continue to talk, but I'm so happy that now so many other people you never expect will speak are now speaking. I have seen video of somebody I know that never want to talk about separation before. An Igbo Biafran. But when you talk about separation, no, he said, no, one Nigeria will be better than Nigeria. All of a sudden, I saw him, he was making a video and say, enough is enough. That the only thing that is going to solve the problem is separation. Many people now are seeing it that the only solution is separation. Just imagine in a situation where the United States came to take out the terrorists, and some people are telling you that you should leave their terrorists for them, they like it. You should leave them for them. How can you live at peace with such kind of a people? How can you exist in such an environment? Tell me, how can you survive in such environment? How? But no matter what they do, no matter what they say, we will continue to be whom we are. And we cannot change whom we are because of what anybody is saying out there or what belief someone out there has. We will continue to speak our mind every blessed day. Let us see this very program from the rise.
One very fundamental question as to whether this strike really succeeded. Did it achieve the objective? Because on the one hand, people are saying, where are the bodies? The bodies of the terrorists who were taken out. And on the other hand, some are saying, look, it's not necessary to show you, any bodies of terrorists.
Well, permit me to say that,
right. How do you gauge or weigh the success or otherwise of this strike?
Well, I've been embedded in military operations for the last 8 years, and I must say that such coverages, for such coverages, well, it's not new to hear people come out with some of these questions, and that's because you take a look at the state in which we are right now. Well, there are a whole lot of doubts, there are a whole lot of confusion, and so people just want to be psychologically safe. Right. And that's exactly the reason. Yes, that's exactly the reason why you begin to hear some of these questions. And then also, permit me to say this, well, because of the way we've actually carried branded figures, sometimes you hear 1,000 people killed, 50 people killed, 600 people killed, and yet we still see these terrorists carry out these activities. And looking stronger. That's exactly the reason why people are asking these questions. Yeah. So I don't blame them, but then also, perhaps I'm going to say that later on. Well, let's start first of all by asking, did this actually achieve its objective? Yes. Well, for me, I will say, yes, it did. However, there's something that we must all learn. We must all learn that, when you talk about warfare, you can't separate propaganda from it. Absolutely. And so when you take a look at some of the, words that have been, take, for example, President Donald Trump used, we're talking about words like powerful, words like deadly or, obliterating. Well, perhaps if you use those words to indeed weigh whatever you are taking a look at that happened in Tangasa or whatever, well, definitely, you wouldn't really find that. And so to a large extent, I will say, yes, terrorists were killed because I spoke with people who saw bodies. Right. I spoke with a couple of them, members of the community, one of the traditional leaders. After that, some security operatives went down, and then with them were some civilians, and I spoke to them. Right. And for some of them, first of all, when you go into that community, it's not a place where people are quick to talk. That's why when you take a look at the report, we had to blur some of these faces, and that's because, to a large extent, they will tell you that a whole lot of them living in the community have been in bed with the bandits for different reasons. For some of them out of fear, for some of them out of sympathy. Now, don't forget the story, talking about Lakurawa. At a point in time in 2018, the people of Sokoto invited Lakurawa to come in and help. Protect them. Help as vigilantes. Right. Help discipline their children. And so, along the line, rather than disciplining, these guys, they went on with whatever beliefs that they had, tried to instill those beliefs, which was not really concurrent with didn't align with some of the things that we know. Right. And from there, they got powers, and from there, they went on and on and on, and then the people became like slaves, and it got so bad, it got so bad that, you have a chicken in your house, they come in, they pick up the chicken. I spent over 3.5 hours there, and I can tell you that I didn't see livestock. That community is not a community where you want to rear livestock, and that's because...
Why is that?
They come in and then they take it. Now that's the situation.
These Lakurawas.
That's exactly
so
what it is.
So what the people in those communities have on their hands, some kind of Frankenstein.
There's so much to it. You cultivate, they come in, you pay taxes, they come in, they take your crop, or they come in, they abduct persons, you go and sell the produce, and then you do it. They went in, carved out a cave for themselves, the cow, the Kakuri, Kalga, and then Malgam in those places. And then that's exactly how they've been doing it. So it's not also very easy for these persons to come in freely.
So these Lakura, you correctly, have become some kind of government.
That's exactly what they are right now. They've become a government. Those ungoverned spaces that we all talk about, that's exactly what they've done. They go into those places and then somehow dominate. And then going back to some of the lessons that we've learned, at least we didn't see obliteration, we didn't see those deadly missiles, but there were casualties. And I think we must learn from that. And for the United States, well, they have said they are not backing down. And then somehow I just think we have to improve on this. When I talk about improve on this, yes, in terms of synergy. Permit me to also say this, still talking about that. Now, I think there should also be a clarity in terms of the mission. And that's because when you put this side by side with the objectives of President Donald Trump, you really want to ask questions. However, terrorists are terrorists, and any terrorist taken out anywhere, anytime, any day is a positive one for Nigeria as it stands at this point.
So what are the lessons we need to take away from here? Because when you hear, for example, that Tomahawks were used in these strikes, and you wonder if these are the right equipment to use in carrying out these operations.
If we can't associate, what
are the risks involved here?
If we can't associate deadly and powerful with this, then obviously I think we also have to question the use of precision. And so maybe it's a lack of understanding. I know the military would always look at this, classify it, and then say, well, although we are in a war, but this is an asymmetrical warfare. It's not a place where you can just go in and then cap a bomb. And so I think perhaps, they also have to look at it in terms of the weapons. If your target is Tangasa, and then you have weapons dropping in Kwara, or perhaps even if it's not weapons, warheads dropping in Kwara, whatever they did call it, well, debris dropping in Kwara, debris dropping in Jabo, then you really must question the missiles that you used. So I think perhaps that's also a lesson for them.
How precise are these?
They definitely have got to take a look at it. How precise, are the strikes? And then when you come back home, I was expecting, or perhaps I should say this now, give it up for our military, like what we've seen today, what we've heard today with what the efforts, what they've done. However, I didn't see that eagerness to continue, for a follow-up on the part of our military. They were not so excited. Now, no disrespect, and then I must clearly say this. Now, it's not because they don't like what has happened, but then also, you also want to look at some of the backstories and then some of the reactions, and it was like, as if we didn't really appreciate what they were doing. Now we have our boys scattered across the country, driving from Sokoto down to this place. They are scattered across the road, and so they are doing a whole lot from sunset until sundown, and so it's good to appreciate them. And so perhaps I saw a military that really didn't feel appreciated, and with Nigerians coming in to celebrate this, I felt, well, we have to be very careful so that we don't demoralize them. They are doing a whole lot as well. However, in terms of the clearance operations, I didn't see so much zeal to go in there. Now, for me, it's not about if the weapons did destroy anywhere or if terrorists were killed, but I'll tell you a small story. I was going into Tangasa. I had to stop by at the last police post. And there was a young man. It was the DPO that told me, come on, go. And that's because I was scared. I and my team were scared, and we were like, how could we go? Now, this is one road you don't want to travel alone without security. There are some persons who attempted it, and then they almost went there with a garrison.
Wow.
But then, we wanted to go on that road. It was the DPO who told us, from what they've heard, in the last couple of days that these strikes took place, this place has been clear. And that's because these people have already reported that they saw these terrorists running away. And trust me, not just ourselves. On the road also, we were driving by, the driver was asking, and then there seemed to be this optimism. There seemed to be this excitement.
In the community.
This safety of, these people are no longer here. This place is now safe.
But unfortunately,
I think we need to cash in.
Cashing on that,
I think we need to cash in on it.
But then again, we heard barely 24 hours after this strike happened. You know, there were reports from Benue, traditional, leaders in Benue State saying they've noticed some,
So that is it. We have had it. You see, in the case of Nigeria, they will always be whom they are. And just as we have been saying, the move of the United States is wonderful and amazing. But that is not enough. It is not enough. You can see the man in the studio there telling you that the military cannot be able to capitalize on this or to replace and take positions. They have not still consolidate on that very thing that has been done. And they are not ready. Only for him to turn around and begin to excuse, what do you mean by demoralizing them? There's nothing to demoralize here. They have not done what they are supposed to do for many years now. And somebody outside came to do it, and people are sharing praises, and you are talking. Demoralize who? If they were serious, they have to move in and make sure they consolidate on the land that have been secured, on the places that have been secured, and keep it safe. If they fail to do that, well, I'm sorry. What is happening will continue to happen. And there's nothing anybody can do about it. There is nothing anybody can do about it. They will continue to. What happened before will continue to happen. Just a question of time. They will just retreat a little while and they come back. They will retreat a little while and they come back. That is what you will see. So, my fellow Biafrans, wherever you are today, you must be thankful to Chukwu Okike for keeping us alive till this minute. And as we are preparing to enter into New Year, we have some hours to go. Some hours into the New Year. Some hours into the New Year. About 24 hours or so we will be in the New Year. So every one of you, you have to prepare yourself. You can imagine, Joshua would have lost his life just yesterday. Just yesterday, Joshua would have lost his life, even when he has made it to New Year. Two of his friends lost their life. So just as I have always said, it is not yet over until it's over. Wherever you are, more especially those in Nigeria, be careful with your life. Be security conscious. Any place you are, be security conscious. It is not yet over. The battle is still on. Wherever you are in that contraption, a Christian, more especially Christians in the northern part of Nigeria, the battle is not yet over. The battle is not yet over. Those Christians in the northern part, the battle is not yet over. Including our Muslim brothers who are still there in the north. Those who are genuinely seeking for this peace. Whether you're a Muslim or Christian or Hindu or traditionalist, it is not yet over. We must continue to be fearful, careful, protect ourselves at every given point in time. Be careful what you say, be careful what you do, be careful where you go. As for me personally, I continue to stand on the fact that the only thing that is going to bring a lasting solution to the plight of Nigeria is disintegration. Until that is done, we will only be prolonging the doomsday. We are only postponing the doomsday. The only solution, even today, some people who never believed this fact are now believing it. Some people are still scared of saying it. But those of us who know that that's the solution, we are not saying it to make you angry or to make you afraid or to please you or not to please you. We are saying it because it is the truth. It is the fact. Our eternal leader, Dim Odumegojuku, saw it. Our supreme leader, Mazen Nandekano, saw it. Our prime minister, Mazen Samanaka, saw it. They all saw it and they spoke about it. So, we will continue to stand on that very fact, because we have looked into it, not just because they said it, not just because they spoke about it. We have looked through it with our own common sense, with our own investigation, with our own hearts and mind. We have seen it all. Even those who never believed before are now believing that the only solution is disintegration. And until then, you are only postponing the day. I pray that Chukwu Okabiam will give us the strength and power to overcome all these challenges and get to the promised land. My brother Maxwell, if you're still there, my brother Max, give us your remark. I think I got to be rounding up now.
Yeah, okay, Max. Thank you so much for the great job that you are not relenting in doing.
Welcome, my brother.
I think good, neither good nor silver do I have to give you, but I believe that Chukwu Okabiam is not going to leave you empty in all the things that you are doing, and the rest of your family for what you are doing for the Biafran people. I don't know where you get the courage and the strength every morning, every evening. I don't know where you are getting those things. But I will always tell you that there is nothing you do for God and for humanity that is going to, be a waste. As for our people, I say, as we are ushering into the new year, just like the way He is helped us come this far, may He also lead us into the new year and continue to lead us until we are successful in the freedom, complete freedom of our people, and eradicate the illegal occupants on my mother's ancestral land. I thank you all, and may the God of our ancestors be with every one of you, Biafrans, and those that are not Biafran, that are still fighting, supporting us, and our enemies. May God, Chukwu Okabiam, bless each and every one of us, and make you see reason why you should see us as your friends and people that should be allowed to go and run their own affairs by themselves. Thank you. I remain your okay man from the little beautiful city. Thank you so much.
Bogatanga.
I love you.
We love you too. Our greetings and wishes of New Year to people of Bogatanga. Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate you. My fellow Biafrans that are watching, wherever you are watching us from, we appreciate every one of you that have been with us. It is a festive time. I thank you for spending your festive period with me. I know so many of us are busy. We have so many things to do, entertaining strangers, visiting our families, talking with friends, and relating to other issues. And still yet, you have the time to spend hours with us here. It is not easy. This is a time of relaxation, a time to talk to our friends and families. And yes, you devote that time. I pray that Chukwu Okabiam will be with every one of you. Thank you so much, my brother Sunday Gabriel. I appreciate you, Sunday. Thank you so much, my brother Sunday Gabriel. Thank you so much, Uchenna Victor. Thank you, Uchenna Victor. I appreciate you for being with me on the program. And so many other people that are there. I can see Gerard DK also. Gerard, you are always there. Juliana Obi, thank you, Juliana. And every other person that is there, whether I call your name or I didn't call your name, you are all special guests in this program. In our program, we are not here to attack anybody. We are not here to offend anybody. We are not here to make anybody scared or make anybody happy. We are here simply saying the truth and giving the platform for people to express themselves. Even you that is watching us on the comment section, if there is something you have in your mind that you want to say, all you need to do is to click the link and you come in. If you don't agree with what we are saying, feel free, respectfully come in and air your opinion. You are entitled to your opinion. You can respectfully disagree with us. You must not agree with everything I say. Now, I must not agree with everything you say. But if you have a superior argument, that is why you are here. We learn from those superior arguments. We might not even agree on stage while we are talking, but at the end of the day, everybody will go back and reflect back on what we have said, and we will learn a lot from that. That is why we are here, to give voice to the voiceless. So I appreciate every single one of you that have devoted their time to spend even a minute with us on this program. I pray that Chukwu Okike Abiyama will bless you abundantly, and you are going to walk into 2026 majestically with abundant blessing, with more strength and victory. I pray for our supreme leader, Mazen Nandekano. Wherever he is, we pray that Chukwu Okike will guide and protect Mazen Nandekano, secure him, give him strength. Mazen Nandekano will never be defeated. He will never be thrown under the carpet. Mazen Nandekano will never be forgotten. Never. He will never be forgotten. Likewise, Mazen Simon Ekpa, our prime minister, will never be forgotten. No matter how they try to hide him away from us, no matter how they postpone his appeal, try whatever they can never hide them away from us. They will never make us forget them. We will never forget them. We will continue to pray for them, continue to remember them every blessed day until that appointed time when they will join us, because they will definitely join us. Nothing will stop them from joining us. They are paying the price for you and I. And at the end of the day, they are going to come out in victory, and we are going to celebrate them as heroes. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for being on the platform. May Chukwu come again and protect you. No weapon formed or fashioned against you as a Biafran. No weapon formed or fashioned against you watching us on this program that will prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against our leaders shall prosper. Thank you so much for being part of this program. See you again in the evening. Stay blessed. Bye-bye.